All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news coming out of the MLS, and it is news that is probably not going to bode well with American sports fans. We have more corona cases going on in the MLS, as well as one of our star players pulling out of the MLS's back tournament. And here today with your boy, we're going to talk about this because this is not looking good for the MLS's back tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy, El Parcero Philly, United of all things sports and culture. And here today, we're going to talk about the latest news coming out of Orlando, Florida, in the MLS. Let's get this started, guys. Yeah! And that is right. Welcome everyone to my channel. Again, I'm your boy El Parcero Philly, and today we are going to talk about what is going on down in the MLS with the breaking news that coming out of Dallas and LA. But before we get started, guys, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your boy out. And that is right. Let's just dive right into this, guys, because this is really important big news, and this is probably going to change not only the landscape of the MLS but American sports going forward. So let's start with the first breaking news of the day on Monday afternoon, which we saw that Carlos Vela, the reigning MLS MVP, has pulled out of the MLS's back tournament. And for reasons that are very justifiable. Carlos Vela is expecting a new child with his beautiful wife, and from our understanding, Carlos Vela and his wife are going through a risky pregnancy. So Carlos Vela, like any normal human being, has decided that the best interest for him and his family, which is more important in the game, to stay back in LA and to attend his family. Now, obviously, this is a huge blow for LAFC, who had championship aspirations going into this tournament, especially with the reigning MLS MVP. But now, things for LAFC are not looking so good, although there's a lot of talent on that team. But we know what kind of player Carlos Vela is and what kind of player Carlos Vela takes a club like LAFC. But at the end of the day, when you look at the situation for Carlos Vela, you have to think that he has to do what's best for his family. What's best for his family right now is to not go into a bubble in the most infested state in the United States that has the highest totals of coronavirus, and to just stay with his family. And I really have to commend Carlos Vela as a human being, because listen, this has to hurt him. As a professional athlete, this has to hurt Carlos Vela. He loves the game, and he loves LAFC. There's a reason why he chooses LAFC over the Mexican national team. But again, when you're talking about your family and a newborn child, priorities change. And after that news, you would think that nothing else would get crazier than that. But later on in the afternoon, we finally got the announcement that the MLS came out and saying, not only the MLS, but the club FC Dallas has announced that they are pulling out of the tournament in totality. We have seen this already in NWSL with the Orlando Pride pulling out of their tournament as well, in the Utah Challenge, and now we have FC Dallas pulling out as well. Now, this story is really weird and really interesting. Apparently, initially, we found out that FC Dallas had 3 players who have contracted the coronavirus, and now, as of yesterday, 10 players and 1 staff member, one of the technical staff members, have contracted the coronavirus. And this is really worrisome. This is really a big deal here. You're talking about FC Dallas, already in a state where the coronavirus was pretty big, probably as big as Florida, and then going down to Florida, they get 7 more players testing positive for the coronavirus. So now, guys, what we have to look at here is the state of the MLS's back tournament. Guys, are we really going to put our teams, our players, our managers at risk here to finish out a season? And this is a question that the MLS has to ask themselves, because this is a serious big deal. 7 players with one franchise contracted the coronavirus while at the tournament. This is huge, guys. What's next here for the MLS? And I've talked about this on, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know my thoughts and my feelings about this. And also on TikTok, I've also discussed this on TikTok as well. Listen, at the end of the day, as a sports fan myself, I want sports back. Of course I want sports back. I miss sports. Sports is such a huge part of my day-to-day life. I cover sports in Philadelphia, so this is obviously a big deal for me. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being, and I like to look at things from the other perspective, not just my own. These players are human beings as well, with families and personal lives of their own. So you got to ask yourselves as an organization, as the MLS in total, is it really worth finishing this season out and putting our players at risk? We got to ask ourselves that. Because if I feel as if that this tournament does not bode well for the health and the future of our players and our teams, I don't think that we should be going down to Orlando and finishing the season. But of course, we got to see what goes on in the next couple of days. Seems like the testing is going well. They're doing it, was it like 3 times a week now? And for our club here in Philadelphia, you know, we only had one player contract it, and that was way before this tournament was even thought of. Not only do we have to look at the MLS in total, but you got to believe that, you know, even the NBA, which is supposed to be down there by now, there's in the next couple of days, the NBA teams are supposed to be reporting to Orlando as well. And not just the NBA, you know, the MLB is coming back with the 60-game season as well. And the NHL is trying to figure out their next phase and their next step of trying to continue finishing their season. So, you know, this news, it has to go right to the other leagues. And they have to decide as well what's best for them. But it's not looking good for American sports in general. And honestly, the main problem is here in America, you know, we really haven't been following protocols as we should have. You know, you're seeing down in Florida and Texas, you know, they really have been lenient when it comes to social distancing and the protocols to handling the coronavirus. Guys, that's not a good thing at all. Of course, I will keep you up to date with what's going on with all of our leagues here in America, all 5 of those leagues, and I hope that we can find a way to get some sports back on, but of course in the safest way possible. Guys, in the comments below, I want to hear from you. I really want to hear from you because this is a really big deal here. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on Carlos Vela pulling out and a whole team in FC Dallas pulling out as well, and what do you think this is going to lead to as far as the future of watching this, or the rest of our sports here in America during this coronavirus pandemic. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, it would really mean a lot to me if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for the notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. That would mean the world to your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy El Parcero Philly, telling you guys to take care of yourselves. Please social distance, wear your masks, wash your hands, you know what I'm saying? But I'll talk to you soon.
Danny on the track.